Jesus is Lord. How y'all doing today? There was somebody up here earlier that said they yearn to experience the things that the prophets in the Bible experienced. They said they yearn to experience the things that the prophets in the Bible experienced. But those works would not have been done without faith. Okay. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. And that same God requires us as individuals to have that same faith. And that's faith in truth, because He is truth. Because the same God that was here before the beginning is the same God that will be here after the end. The poem that we're going to start off with is called False Prophets. It's about people that take a partial part of the Bible to justify their own claims. Okay. Because the Spirit of God exists it doesn't remain in the church. Because God He doesn't dwell in a building made by hands. That's to lead people to Christ and to the perfecting of the saints. But the church, we as individuals, we are the church. We are the temple of God. Anything you guys say?
Jesus said a parable about the tares and the wheat. And He said that there are tares and wheat among the body. And then in the book of Jude it said many have crept in unaware. And some of these people now are pastors, some of these people are preachers, some of these people are prophets and prophetess, some of these people are just sitting around. But these people are false. And that's what we come to address. The false people, the tares, that are leading the people astray. The true body, the true believers. We got to keep walking in the truth, like my man said, like my brother said. He following Christ, he my brother. We got to keep walking in the truth, no matter what. Don't let none of these people lead us astray.
In other words, we can't stay where we are. We got to grow, just like our brother said. We got to grow. We can't stay where we are. So this poem is called False Prophet. There's people that's but they say that they're in the body of Christ. They are saying lies to get money. They call themselves prophet so-and-so, bishop so-and-so, but they're really not. So it goes like this. Biblical partiality creates economic heresy. Thrown out of the synagogue is truth coherency. Vivid seed darkening Galilee for Rome to pluck. Feeding data on vulnerable to the worm that dieth not. Biblical partiality creates economic heresy. Thrown out of the synagogue is truth coherency. Vivid seed darkening Galilee for Rome to pluck. Feeding data on vulnerable to the worm that dieth not. The authenticity of contemporary missionary Christianity is being demoted to the problematic calamity of society callously, denigrating reality to systematic fallacies, demonizing sobriety, and aggrandizing pagan philosophies, Satan Scientology, obscuring ancient duality, tainted theology, theorizing turpitude in its tranquility, imprinting isolated ideologies, initializing iniquity, New Age conspiracy, Marxist malignancy, 9/11 trilogy explicitly, authorizing media trickery and sorcery, through Egyptian astrology, raptured by Socrates, captured by the Sophocles, patterned by the Portuguese, perpetuating William Lynch, pedigree by the condemning centuries, perverse, pessimistic perpetuity, propagandizing personation of authenticity, preordained for the earth's geography, and mankind's genealogy, excavating through cultural astronomy to castigate righteous authority, potential diplomacy, potently exterminated by lies, conceptualized to be socialized and sensationalized by pious, right-wing conservatives, biased, televangelists, preservatives, accurately manipulated to be stimulated by monetary currency embezzling funds into the hands of a racist nation that sponsors terror organizations organizations, and steals oil for globalization, eradicates entire villages with biological chemical radiation, Machiavellian indoctrination, horrified by the Constitution's justification, worldwide apostasy dominantly predates the New World Order, where authentic disciples and evangelists are divided and tortured. The arguments ahead of John the Baptist, fragmented with gluttony, subjection of the gospel emancipates the economy to fulfill the prophecy. Absolute democracy must be plutocracy. 120 degrees of blasphemy, ostensibly constructed with numerology. Fallacious enlightenment, 5% competent and 95 per 100 demonic accomplishments. Divisible by 7 and the 8-point star of the earth in argument. Partial providence, empathy destroying the populace. Incontinence, the prominence of spiritual warfare overwhelming admonishment. It pathologically depicts the entire planet's demolishment, rising the lake of fire from the inhabitants of liberal continents, consonant with the lamentations of Vermont and modern politics, transfiguring Gnostic prophets with agnostic doctrine, Masonic rhetoric, and ciphered in between the lines of religious sonnets. Christendom, subjugated into totalitarian bondage, paying homage to the devil, disguised as a prophet, whose target profits come from widows in the prosperity market. Biblical partiality creates economic heresy, thrown out of the synagogue is truth coherency. Vividly darkening Galilee for Rome to blot, feeding data are vulnerable to the worm that dieth not. Biblical partiality creates economic heresy, thrown out of the synagogue is truth coherency. Vividly darkening Galilee for Rome to blot, feeding data are vulnerable to the worm that dieth not.
Y'all collusions, the confused, and the rulers of society. It's proven Satan's used and the bruised and fainted bodies. See, that's all you have to do, cause it's all around you. Prostitutes are selling their bodies, but it's all a scandal. Light a candle and watch the darkness expose. Repost Christians pretending to be something they isn't. Man-made visions, just listen. Casuistic precision. Decisions dependent not on people but business. The preacher's job isn't to seek monetary benefit. To show the body while Christ died and how we rose again. I'm not pointing the finger, but this is getting tense. And to the content, man, it's time to repent. Before Ezekiel 34 catches an encore. Bullet sword with loud roars, seeking for lost souls to devour. Smoking till your lungs collapse. At the altar, going through your fifth relapse. Cigarette, legal to the world, but sin to Adonai. And to the God, it's alright to look, but just don't touch. Now that's a lie. The world will compromise, but saints, please be wise. Jesus laid the standards around us, just open your eyes. It's perfection, and I beg, continue to strive. Seek truth for yourself, don't depend on these guys, depend on God. We'll show you the way, like 1 John chapter 2, 27 and 28, or Hebrews chapter 8, verses 10 through 13. I'm not saying be self-contained, just don't let them lead you astray. Find out your own salvation. Continue to pray. Cause God's no respecter of persons. He sees you the same. His child, covered with the blood of His only begotten Son's name. Do you get what I'm saying? It's time to take this serious. Quit the church game, because people that never lived today are slowly dying. And while we're being betrayed to sleeping giants, demons are scheming on souls as roaring lions. Feeding for bleeding, because that's where the life is. The next generation is their number one victim, but they get them from the antecedents. And it's vital that we stop focusing on the physical, cause there's a war going on outside. It's all spiritual.
Biblical partiality creates economic heresy, thrown out of the synagogue is truth coherency. Vividly darkening Galilee for Rome to blot, feeding data are vulnerable to the worm that dieth not. Biblical partiality creates economic heresy, thrown out of the synagogue is truth coherency. Vividly darkening Galilee for Rome to blot, feeding data are vulnerable to the worm that dieth not.
Imagine hell